What's going on? It's Astronaut H, and this is the What More Do You Want Network. Now, this video is a continuation of the series of videos I've been releasing, and that's asking how many wins will this NBA team win this season. And in this video, I'm going to be discussing the Detroit Pistons. Now, with the Pistons, I'm going to be honest with you guys, I didn't watch a whole lot, or rather a fair amount of their games to really analyze or go into detail about what they team may or may not need this season, or what they should have done or what they didn't do during the off season. But what I can say is, yes, the Pistons are one of those franchises currently that's just looking for a way to get the youth movement started and get their fan base to come around for the team. And with that being said, of course, we all know Dwayne Casey is their head coach. And to my surprise, I didn't know he's been the coach for that long. I thought he was only the coach for the last 2 years, but he's actually been their coach for the last 4 years. So, since leaving Toronto or being fired from the Raptors, here's the thing, right? His first season when he was there, they went to the Eastern Conference. They went to the playoffs, lost in the first round, and they were 41-41. Now, of course, that's when they did have Blake Griffin. Excuse me. And you look at their record since, they haven't won over 25 games in the last 3 seasons. And that's just coupled with, again, roster and youth talent and things like that, chemistry and a whole lot of other things. But what I can say about, the Pistons roster that I do like Marvin Bagley. I mean, a lot of people are not high on him, but I think he's good. He still has ways to go, but he's only 23 years old. 6'11", power forward. He can still, build upon his skill set. Now, if we're going to talk about other guys that I like Saddiq Bey. I like him a whole lot. They just acquired Boban Bogdanovic from Utah. Of course, Cade Cunningham is there. Alec Burks is there. Diallo is there. Carson Edwards is there. Killian Hayes is there. Now, the player that I want people to literally hear when I say that he is going to put the league on notice, I believe this could be a good 1-2 punch between Cade and this player, is Jaden Ivey. He impressed me in college, and he impressed me in the summer league. So I wouldn't be surprised if you see a 1-2 punch with Ivey and Cunningham in the coming years. I would not be surprised. They have vets like Corey Joseph. They also have Kevin Knox, Nerlens Noel from the Knicks, and Isaiah Stewart. And if we all remember Isaiah Stewart, we remember the situation with him and LeBron last year. But that's another story for another video. And Kemba is still on their roster, but I don't believe Kemba Walker will be playing for the Detroit Pistons this year. I believe at some point they will release him. So, looking at their roster and thinking about the Eastern Conference, I just honestly can't see a situation where the Pistons, do anything more than what they did last year. Could they win a few more games? It's a possibility, but the East is very tough, and then you go out into the West, and then you play those teams, and I just feel like they don't have the roster as far as, premier players to put together enough to ultimately scratch the play-in tournament and maybe make the playoffs. I see them, I see their season being one for rebuilding. I see their season for one to get better. I see their season for, just giving the fans something, to cheer about in Detroit. When you look, like I said, when you look at their roster, I like Cade Cunningham a lot. I like Ivey a whole lot. I think Marvin Bagley is good. I think Sadiq Bey, when given the opportunity, can let it fly. So it's going to be interesting to see how it all unfolds for the Pistons this season. But again, I don't believe that they have enough to get them where they want to go. Maybe where they want to go, a season for them that's considered a good return is 30 wins. That may be the start of something, because Dwayne Casey isn't a bad coach. He's not a bad coach, and I seen that with his years in Toronto. He's not a bad coach. It's just sometimes chemistry, or you face maybe to some arguably the greatest player ever every year in the playoffs when he was in Toronto, and they kept losing to the Cavaliers with LeBron. So you look at, as a whole, you look at the Pistons and you look at what could they be capable of with their young core. And again, it could be something special years down the line. The Pistons haven't won a championship since the days of Larry Brown and Chauncey Billups and Rip Hamilton, Tayshaun Prince, Ben Wallace, Rasheed Wallace, and those days. They haven't won anything since then as far as championships. So the fan base is lackluster. They don't come out and show support. But at the same time, when you look at the youth movement, you look at the young core, they're building upon something. And honestly, I would rather my team be building towards something than every year we're falling short every season. So build towards something and have something to hang your hats on going into the off season. But like I said, I believe that the Detroit Pistons will ultimately win no more than 30 games this year. It could be less. I'm going to say they're going to be one of the top 10 teams in the draft as far as picks are concerned. But I could be wrong. But again, I don't know. I'm just going to go with what I seen as far as record wise, what I think about when it comes to the Eastern Conference, and also just the league as a whole. And I don't think the Pistons roster presently have what it takes to win no more than 30 games. That's just my opinion. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. As always, I appreciate everyone for tuning in, listening, and watching. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you can know anytime a video is being uploaded to this channel. Also, like I said, I appreciate each and every one of you. It is greatly appreciated. I cannot say that enough. I'm continuing to do these videos just because I see the love and the support. It definitely goes a long way from you guys. I appreciate it. Also, it's Astronaut H. Of course, this is the What More Do You Want Network. And I catch you guys on the next video.